Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. Hello freaks, what the hell's going on? Got some weird ass comments already going right at the start, right out of the gate. Weird stuff. Yeah, there's just my last video, like the one before that, there's just the most, I don't know what you call them, just ludicrous opinions. I don't really know what to tell you. Like I've said before, in this case, people say there's too many loose ends. Where are they? What's a loose end in this one? It's like the exact opposite. They all their loose end is a 30-06 doesn't do that. That's their only argument. That's all they got. It's crazy. Everything else makes complete sense. And, even the 30-06 thing, sure, I mean, that we're going to need somebody to explain it. But rest assured, the shot came from Tyler Robinson's gun up on top of the roof of the Losi building. But I want to see if we can try to do better than yesterday in here. We had very little people in here, very little support. Worst night in 2 months, and it's hard to make it worth my time to show up when it's just absolute nothingness. I mean, it was amazing. There was only 2 different people that saved, sort of, even made it kind of a low end of a crappy day. But other than that, it was just, I think only 7 people total all day. So just going to try to see if we can have a better one. And I can't make it happen by myself. I just do the shows. Yeah, the shot's going to be explained, yeah, at trial. So if you guys are watching the show and you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. See if we can have a smoother situation than yesterday. Yesterday was just like, it was crazy. I tried to cover something else for a few minutes. And for 40 minutes, it was like a disaster. So, I don't know what else to say. Let's see. I can't hear. Something sounds weird in there. Yeah, I mean, only 7 people supported the channel yesterday, and 2 of them happened to be double cat eyes. Without those 2, it would have been our record worst day. It would have been something like $12 from every single other person that was out in the public watching the channel. But if you're doing a conspiracy show, you get the support the entire time. I mean, just watch Candace Owens. Looks like a freaking slot machine in there. It's crazy. And the rest of us just have to beg and ask and, hey, can you guys help support the channel tonight? Over and over and over and over again. And it just gets really old. You know, I got to be honest with you. I just want to do the shows and have you guys, you know, realize, hey, this is a channel worth supporting, not have me keep saying, hey. It's really, really incredibly frustrating. But anyways, the video that I put out earlier is, there was a hell of a lot more questions, and I just had to stop because, I try to answer the questions that people have thoroughly, where they don't have a rebuttal. Right, you can tell that, but that's not what the point of my comment is. I need your guys' support for my channel, okay? We've just kind of all of a sudden hit this really like a brick wall in the last 2 days. Yeah, today she said that there's 2 gunshots simultaneously, and that Tyler Robinson's was sort of like a blank, and then another shot came in. I knew that's where they were going to have to go eventually. They were going to have to go in that direction at some point because, there's only one gunshot sound out there. And if Tyler Robinson isn't the shooter, so there's more information that comes out, you go, okay, he's on the roof. He's part of it. He's part of it. Yeah, we're still at 0, 0, 0, 0 all the way across the board. No, there's no chance of that chip stack. Yeah, there's no chance. See, what's happening here is people like Candace Owens, she sees the information coming in, and now she's saying, okay, yes, the shot came from the front, like we've all known the whole time. Okay, and now she's just kind of has to keep searching for some other way to get out. Like to a new way, just searching for another out. Another conspiracy theory to help explain something. Yesterday she was looking for somebody with a bun in her hair, as his hair. Now it's okay, Tyler Robinson definitely shot. So, he's there, but is it his bullet? Did he have a blank? Was it some other one timed up? They're all looking at a clock and just sort of fired a weapon, and we're like, oh, I mean, the odds of, what about that too? That 2 shots at the exact same time where you can't, like, it would go, there'd be 2 of them. There wasn't anything. It was just 1 shot. Well, Grady had a watch. And what do you mean? He's looking at his watch while he's firing? How did he hit anything? I mean, these people are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And that means there's over 100,000, or, millions of crazy people out there. Hey, thanks, D. Has anyone wondered because of the message? I don't know. On the shell casings that the rifle was left intentionally to be found by... No. He wasn't, because didn't you hear his message? He was trying to get it. Now you're going to say that that's fake, because so that helps your story on the other part. Okay. No, you didn't, Darlene. You'll just have to take off. Maybe come back and watch later. It's Tyler Robinson all the way down. Yeah. It's just so clear. I mean, so even if you can't make out the face while he's walking by in the TMZ surveillance footage, it's him, because moments later the same person wearing the same shirt, the same backpack and everything goes to the tunnel, and it's those 5 photographs that his parents looked at and said, oh yeah, that's our kid. What's he doing there? Then they had to question him, hey, can you give us a picture of the rifle, because the rifle that was mentioned the next day also matched the one that was given to him as a gift. But it doesn't really matter. I just feel like I'm swimming upstream, because the nut jobs, they aren't watching, so they're never going to get to realize what the truth is. They just, whatever confirms their bias, that's what they're going to watch. I go wherever the information goes. For example, you guys remember the Justin Ross Harris case, the case where it was a hot car death, etc. Well, I knew that case really well. Like, I looked into it, I saw the video and everything like that. And in that case, the police, in their preliminary hearings, completely fabricated what was really on the video, right? So I was just thinking, this is mind-boggling, that the way they're wording it, like he got all the way in there. Oh, he turned his head and he looked at, and none of that was true at all. But at trial, the prosecution spent their entire time. He's not a great person, I'll tell you that. I mean, I don't like Justin Ross Harris. He just didn't kill his kid intentionally. So they try to sell all this stuff because they started bringing up the sexual addiction, these sex, he's married, but he's with these other girls that are, one of them was even underage, so he got charged with that too. So they spent their time making you hate Justin Ross Harris, so therefore you would accept anything that was said. They tried to get him, they actually got him convicted of felony murder, and it was probably one of the biggest travesties of justice I've ever seen. And I would tell everybody that, but it's not a popular side to be on. It's just the truth. And then a few years, I think just within the last year, the courts overruled his conviction on all the shit that I said. Okay? So if you guys think, oh, Gray, he's always going with what the prosecutor... No, that's just not true. But I am in this case. But hey, you guys, I need your guys' support tonight. So we didn't... last night we didn't get any... very little, and the night before that was slow. That was our worst night in 2 months, and then last night was broke that record, and now we're on a third night, and we're starting off incredibly slow. We are only at $10 and 1 membership gifted. So if you guys have the ability to, I would appreciate your support while watching the channel, since you guys are the only source of income for doing these live streams. Yes, there's other people that do live streams, but if you like the way we cover cases here, then I would appreciate your support. And yes, channel membership supports the channel too, but I just don't have enough channel memberships at a tier that would make it, like at the end of the month, wouldn't make it so that I could still donate at all. Okay, it just doesn't happen. Hey, thanks, Allie Cake. Yeah, and it's just, I keep asking you guys, so if I just could have a night where I don't have to ask to try to get to the goals. Those are what the trolls love. Look at Gray. He's out there trying to get the money. Oh, he's e-begging. He's doing all this kind of shit. And it just sucks, you guys. I hate being in that position. These other people don't have to do that. Because they're covering the conspiracy theories. And those are exciting, and people support those people. All right? But it seems like every time I even mention what I just said, it's the same thing. Slogging along, hoping. And you guys know what we do. We've given $265,000 out of the income for scholarship funds, etc. If we don't have the income coming in, we can't do those same things. Fund the scholarship that we do, $6,000 a year. We've given the DNA fund over $18,000 this year. Texas EquiSearch, Rain, NCMEC, etc. Does that make you think of anything, you guys? It's just, it's just unbelievable, All right, got that. Yeah, man, it's like the same people are always supporting. I wish other people would actually consider it. Thanks, Michelle H. All right, let's see. Yeah, where is that thing? Oh, yeah. So which one did I make it to on the video? Was it this one? Show me proof he pulled the trigger. I mean, isn't that one of the dumbest questions you've ever seen in your life? Show me proof he pulled the trigger. Well, his DNA was on the trigger. Isn't that like, okay, his DNA was on the trigger, and his parents recognized him as the person walking into the tunnel, and then that same person was tracked all the way to the Losi building, and then he comes out on the roof area, and then there's a shot. He runs into the woods with the gun and the towel. Then they track down, because on camera they see him go in there. They find the rifle and the towel, and it matches Tyler. Let's see, what is that? You're trying to get on what? Yeah, wouldn't that be weird, you guys? See, I'm asking for you guys' support on here, and I'm not receiving it. But you guys all think that the FBI does my paychecks, you know, CIA, etc. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, we definitely could use some channel memberships. We got 0 yesterday. Today we have 1, and we're just struggling. I tried covering another case yesterday, and nobody was here, so I'm trying to make it work. Yeah, so I don't think this was the one. We did that one. Where's your proof he has a gun down his pants? I showed that one. Yeah, by the way, it's right here. Look. See that? I mean, you can see there's something down. I think it's the back of his leg, not the front. Thanks, Linda Howe. Yeah, where's the video footage of Tyler Robinson in the prone position taking the shot? Well, they didn't release that, but they described it. They said on camera, you can see him go over there, lay down, and do the shot, right? And then this, because this is underneath the last video, it said, nice comparison work. Where exactly was the suspect's car parked when the shooting took place? One would assume the firearm components would have to be placed down his pants and under his shirt while he was in a standing position outside of a vehicle. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Hey, wow, thanks, Lisa Belson and Thomas Hitz, I guess. Thomas Hitz. Yeah, well, thanks, guys. There you go. See, those are channel memberships. Very cool. Appreciate it. Man, what a last couple days have just been real tough. Let's see, by the limp heading to the roof and no limp after the shot and jumping off the... Yeah, I know. It's just like anything that they have to say, I can answer it. You know, the only answer I don't have an answer for is, why didn't the 30-06 bullet or whatever bullet was shot from Tyler Robinson's gun, why didn't it exit the back of his neck? I don't have an answer for it. Okay, but there is an answer. And he is the shooter. So, I mean, can't we just wait for that? I mean, why does it have to be, well, because we don't have an answer for that, therefore it's a different shooter? That kind of logic is really, really bad. I mean, it's just not good. They've been involved in... I might actually go out there. How secluded it is the location suspect's car was parked. Yeah, so I mean that's a good, you know, question there. Like, where did he park? And we've kind of discussed this a few different, like multiple times on here. But I think he was parked. You know, if he's walking right here with the, you know, the gun in his leg. I mean, that one person that said right here. I mean, that's actually not a bad spot to guess that he had. You know, I thought maybe it was right over here. Because you're not, how far are you going to want to walk with a rifle down your pants? Anybody? How about you, Lisa Belson? How far would you walk with a barrel from a rifle down your pants? Probably not very far. Or how far would you want to? Oh, there you go. Well, thanks. Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't, you know, I know it's not tough. It's not easy for everybody else out there. I'm just saying, I'm trying to make my channel, you know, move forward on a nightly basis, you know, whether it's the same or a little worse than the night before, or maybe the next night's a little better. But when you have nights where it's just like, you know, pulling teeth and stuff, it's not really that fun for me. Yeah, so I think right there is a, I mean, you're not gonna want to walk a long distance. So, you know, we see him walking like this at right around 10 o'clock. He's heading down like this. So if he's walking down like that at 10, did he eventually, after his dry run, I think, did he move his car later? Just before the final? Like, for example, let's say he was parked up here, and then he walks down, and then eventually makes his way back to the car, and then he moves the car somewhere over here to then do his final approach. You know, because it's interesting that he comes out of the... If he was parked right here, for example, wouldn't he have, when he came through the woods, just made it right to the street and went right to his car and got the hell out of there? Instead, we have him running over here, and then, you know, does he go back up here? Because that's the way he came, right? I mean, we know that he was walking down right where I have this pin, this direction, and then takes a left to go this way. Oh, there you go. I'm a distance runner. Huh? Used to be good at that, but because that's the only rifle he had. He had to break it in two parts, and each length was 30-something inches long. And one went down his right pant leg to the knee, and the other one is the scope and the, you know, the muzzle part of it, you know, just down his left side. But I think the gun was down his back legs, and I think the butt of it, where that goes underneath your shoulder or on your shoulder, was sort of up underneath his shirt, underneath the backpack. No, he's not, though, Jamie. He's not. When you say he may be, he's not. He's not a ruse. He's not a red herring. He's the shooter. That's why his DNA is on the... Why would he do that? Just so somebody else could shoot, so he's going to take the fall by putting his DNA on the rifle? And then, I guess it all comes down to, does the bullet ballistically match being fired from that rifle? Yep, we already hit another lull, just like that. Tyler may be... Yeah. Okay. But this spot here was pretty interesting. Maybe he moved it to this spot later. Because the person sent it to me, and it was kind of interesting how both sides are... You know, there's nothing on that side that would see you, and then this side's completely blocked. So you could just park right here, and then on maybe the side that the fence is on is where you would, you know, have your car door open, and then you quickly do it, and then it would only be somebody coming from down there, but you can see. So that would be kind of an interesting spot. Like right here, you open your door, and then on that side of the vehicle, you do it, and then you look that direction. If you see anybody, you just toss the items back in the car real quick. But you'd have to be standing up to put the barrel and, you know, the butt of the gun in your pants. Thanks, Megsy. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Candace is doing. Is she trying to create like a weird feud with Erica? Like maybe Candace liked Charlie at one point, and then Charlie picked somebody else. You know, I mean, I don't know. It almost has that feel to it, doesn't it? Oh, there goes my stomach. So the whole family is involved in the ruse. I guess, yeah. I thought he was her husband until I realized he wasn't. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't seem like a conspiracy at all, Elena. That's how she acts. Candace Owens is a walking conspiracy theory nutter, okay? And it's amazing how many people believe in the crap that she's saying. Oh, she's dialed in. She's probably dialed into other conspiracy people. And I think it's weird how, you know, even the guy, apparently, you know, O'Neill, the guy that shot bin Laden, he's out there trying to peddle a conspiracy. He doesn't have a clue, man. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't even know anything about it. Doesn't know any. But he says it, and then because of what he had done in the past, everyone believes it. Okay, one has a full bag and one has an empty bag. Compare time. I've already done all these. See, the thing is, people don't really watch my channel. I've done videos where I tell you the time. See, this right here is 11:50 basically, 11:49 and some odd seconds. The one before that, this one's at like 10:10. And you can see, look at the angle of the shadow. How it's really sharp on that one. And if you go to the one before this one, it's not as sharp because this is at 10:10. You know, 10:10-ish is what I'm saying. And then later on, he's walking over here at 11:45. And then now it's 11:49 and some odd seconds, and then probably 11:50 in some seconds. Then he cuts across, still in the 11:50 minute, across that little grassy area. And then he goes into the tunnel. I mean, for everybody who's watched the channel, I can just visualize everything that I'm telling you right here. Then he goes into the tunnel. And that's the same person that's on the surveillance footage. And at some point he's up on the roof there after he goes up through on the Losi building. And there he is standing up over there. I don't know if that's before or after the shooting. And then right there he's running on the roof for a little bit. See that up at the top there? He's getting the hell out of there. And then there he is right there, jumping down. It's all really quick. It's crazy. Alright guys, so if you're out there, if you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. We try to reach the goals every night because I know what it takes for the month. We started off the month pretty good, but we've just really kind of trailed off. So if you guys want to buy some channel memberships for people, that would be great. Or send in super chats, that'd be awesome. I know it's, you know, the prices of things are higher than they could be, but maybe they'll be dropping. Man, who knows? But just asking for support for the people watching my channel. Yeah, and then he runs back there. See, he's got the maroon shirt on right there. And I think he's even got shorts on. You know? Especially you can see it kind of in the last couple frames. But right there, you can't tell, but right there, see that? That looks like he's got like skin tone on his legs. Like right there. See? That's, I think that's shorts, and that's the leg back there with the shoe, and that's his right shoe. See that? And then those are his hands right there. I mean, I know that is exactly what that is. you can see it. It's a little bit better from a distance, but if you back it up, you can see that's what it is. See? That's his left leg planted right there. Right leg going forward. It kind of looks like I can see maroon shades in that top there. Thanks, Allie Cake. And that's after he's changed clothes, so that's totally consistent with that. He probably has his backpack on. You can't really see it very well there. I think you can see the backpack on him in that one. See that? I mean, you can definitely see it. He's got a backpack on there. And then he makes his way around the side. And last night I didn't do the, I don't know, the protest, because it's not really, it's just, I don't know if, I went there and it just seems so contrived, you know. Like there's these agitator people that try to get these other people to be agitated. I think the people that maybe that show up late are the Antifa type that have the masks on and things, but I don't know. All the rest of it just it's kind of lame, to be honest with you. Is who running from who? What does that even mean? I don't get it. No, he's not. He's running back to his car. Thanks, Wild Bill Lossman. Yeah, I don't think you guys really liked it. That was the worst night I've had until yesterday in 2 months. I tried to do something different for everybody and just got absolutely smacked in the face. You know, like, don't ever do that again, Gray. We don't really. And then the next day was even worse, so it almost felt like it was kind of like. And today is starting off really bad again. So I don't really know what to tell you. It's almost like the moment I decided, hey, let me try doing the protest, it like sparked people to not want to support the channel as much. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, that was just the short videos. It wasn't really 80,000 views. They converted to shorts because I had a vertical shot. So I got 1 minute average watch time on 80,000. It was just garbage, terrible. So, you know, it is what it is. Hey, thanks, Bill Clark. Awesome. AG. Alright, so let's see. What are these other guys? Oh yeah, so one has a full bag and the other doesn't. So if you look at these videos here, okay, this is at 11:45. You know, that backpack's pretty full. I mean, really what I could do is just show you the one that I made. I think it was under 50. Over here. Is that it? Yeah, that one. So yeah, this backpack has stuff in it, and this one doesn't, because this is a dry run. I think this one is at 10:10 in the morning. He does a dry run to see if everything works, etc. And then this one right here is he's got a full backpack, and in that backpack is this shirt, these shorts, the black towel, and maybe there's even something else in there. I don't know. I mean, we don't know because we didn't find the backpack, but we know what items were items that he used: the black towel, the maroon shirt over there, probably, or maybe even has that. I don't think he has it underneath the other one. And then the shorts, and then maybe, some, it's possible part of the butt, depending on how he hid the weapon. We don't really know. Yeah, he's got the screwdriver but that doesn't, I don't bring that up because it doesn't take up any space, really. It's not a bulky item. I mean, I brought it up earlier, but yeah, I mean, it's just... Welcome, JMag 3659. Yeah, it's only, the Kirk case is only cooling off for people like me who put out the factual information. That's what's cooling off. I tried covering another case yesterday, and nobody. It was embarrassing. It was sad. I haven't watched her in a while. Just looked and saw she is questioning why Erica doesn't want to know who killed. Well, because she already knows who killed Charlie Kirk. Candace. I mean, it's Tyler Robinson. I mean, the information is crystal clear. It's not like some kind of, oh, well, there's really somebody else out there. She's going out of her way she's making it a very unsafe place for Jewish people in our country because the left has already been very critical and very violent against Jewish people. And now, all of a sudden, she's convincing a ton of, like, Republican conservative types that watch her the same thing. I mean, when you have it from all fronts like that, that's where it gets really dangerous. That's when it's sort of like Nazi Germany, where every single person's blaming them for everything. Or at least that's what the propaganda is. It sucks, I don't know. But hey, guys, I'm going to ask again. We're just still struggling around. We've only got $31 in super chats tonight. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. And maybe get some channel memberships. We've only got 17 of those. Remember how we were doing like 50, 60, 70, 80 of those, maybe 90? And all of a sudden it's just... Bag, compare time. And yeah, like I said, it's 10:10 and 11:50. Well, thanks, Lisa Belson, but I feel bad. I mean, I want other people that are watching too to. I mean, you guys see the same people supporting, and I appreciate their support, but man, it's hard to survive with. It's the same people. And there's pressure on them, it's like, hey, they want to help and maybe they can, but at the same time, wouldn't it be nice if other people were buying memberships? And anyway, thank you so much, appreciate it. Let's see, what do we got? She really... Okay, all right. Okay, Lisa, I just feel like that. But anyways, maybe I shouldn't, but I appreciate your support. It's okay. I don't. I'm saying if you can't support it, then you can't. Okay, that's just it. The problem is YouTube, because of, I'm not like I would. When we were first starting to do this, I get 600, 700, 800 people watching on this case, but because my opinions aren't popular right now. YouTube has put me in a shitty position where, even when I'm live, there's people just aren't showing up, right? Because they're not getting notified. They always say, "Oh, I didn't even know you were live. I didn't know you're live." Well, the thing is, I'm live every single night, but YouTube doesn't promote my channel. The video today, it started off terribly, and then it started to do okay later, and then I'm not sure where it's at now, but it seems like every night there's some other conspiracy theorist doing a live stream. So it makes it kind of tough. Or even people that entertain conspiracy theories. That makes it hard because, you know, I don't even entertain them. That's the difference. Okay. Let's see. So the video from earlier has 8,200 views. It's, you know, it's down to 1,200 views an hour. It's already kind of fading away. But, you know, I guess it's not better than pulled teeth, I guess. And Lisa Valenzuela for the coffee. Yeah. Hey, thanks, China Rawson. China Rawson. It's a cool name. Well, Gray, we love you, but it's also the eBay. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, Matt, is I don't care, dude. If I don't ask, the channel gets killed, all right? See, here we got these stupid... Just block that person. He's one of the people that got the freebie memberships. All right, go ahead and block good old Matt. The... Jesus. It's not e-begging. It's called e-asking for support on the channel because there is none. Because ad revenue is 0. All right? So that's what I'm saying, you guys. See, it's people like Matt, the dipshit, that just commented in there. This is what the trolls do, right? And the reason I don't want to have to ever ask when I'm doing these shows is for people like that. Instead, I'm relegated to saying, hey, you guys, we're really far behind tonight. If you guys can help support the channel, blah, blah, blah. You know, and that's just what I have to do. Because if I don't do it, you've seen, I've done experiments, man. It's crazy. It's like, it's wild. Okay, so here's the other one right here. You lose respect every day. It is extremely obvious that you and every other propagandist, I'm a propagandist now, you guys, are wrong, and you know you're wrong. I will remind people to never trust you in the future. You know what's weird about these idiots is they're going to be so embarrassed when the facts come out. This is a case that is so obvious, all right? You guys hear what I was just saying, though, a minute ago? So that's why I need it so I don't have to ask on the show. You guys understand that? Because this is what they say every time they troll my channel by saying it over and over and over again. And I just don't know. It seems like every show, though, I have to say the same thing. I know. I mean, the person, you know, they kind of try to sneak in a comment. Right. I've noticed, and the thing is, I almost have to because there's, I don't know, YouTube is always, my videos do pretty good in terms of viewers, but when I'm doing my live stream, they just sort of put me in a different place. Which one are you talking about, Lanky Tor? I'm not sure. Where? Oh, you mean the donations we make to charities? Yeah, 265,000. Not bad. I mean, I try to make enough where we can give part of the income away too, but. I mean, you point to something I was wrong about, Aaron. That would be a better challenge for you. Something that I was just like, oh, I mean, there's always some elements while you're going over the case that you're wrong, but I just move forward. It's the conclusion that that it's like we're working for, you know, towards. He said working for. Did you hear that? He does work for the FBI. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're currently at like 40% of a nightly goal, if you can believe it. So see if we can get another 18. Well, we need 20, like 22 channel memberships just to get to the low end of a goal, you know? You're the only one. I know, that's the thing, is, but the problem is, Papa Dad is, or Dodd, is I'm the only one that's doing what I'm doing. There's other people that, you know, they sort of half-heartedly, they always have a but in there, okay? I am 100% certain that Tyler Robinson is the killer in this case. And like I've said before, this is a case that is obvious. I mean, it is one of the strongest cases I've ever seen. But when you type that in, people pretend that you're just nuts or something. And I think the reason is because they're not watching the right people. You know, I'm just telling you what the facts are of the case and putting it together. These other people come up with these wild stories and you find them credible and interesting. And then when you hear something that's kind of mundane but true, it's just not enough for you, you know? Hey, thanks, Allie Cake. I keep hearing about is a white van in the tunnel. What? A white van in the tunnel? How does a van get in that little tunnel? There's stairs. How does that even happen? Oh, you mean the tunnel underneath the, right behind where the shooting took place? Right. This is, you know, at the beginning of this case, you're wondering who the shooter is. But right off the gate, you guys remember our first show? We already kind of figured out which building the shot came from. And then this other guy had that video from the side, and then we figured, okay, it was the 12 feet above and to the right, like 2 feet. You know, like we already kind of knew where the shot came from. And then we put that together and it's like, okay, that's where the shot came from. That's, you see the guy there. And then it makes sense. It's like literally exactly where the person is. I mean, again, here's that Reuters shot. Look at that thing. See, I had see this little roof that you can see just off to the left right there? That's actually another roof just slightly down. That's where I thought the shot came from originally, just based on where the bullet hit Charlie Kirk's neck. Turns out he was like, 12 feet above that, up on this roof right here. And then just look at that. I mean, it's just crystal clear. That's exactly the spot where the shot came in from. And the audio was really loud from, up over, just over here to the right, because I think down there's like an echoing effect, and you get sort of a AR-15 sound to it, something like that. Hey, thanks, Thomas Hits. Yeah, it was really close. I mean, the reality. I mean, look at the reality is I mean, if you go over to the roof itself, look at. See, I thought it was right here. Right there. Okay? Turns out it was right here. I mean, that's like really close. That would have been a good spot too, except, I mean, it's easy to get there. Those are the stairs. You literally could just walk around on this patio and come right over here, and I think probably just step over a fence and get to there. But I think it would be, it's not easy to get out of there, because you have to go through the building again, etc. Where he picked was perfect, because you shoot from right there, then you stand up and you just run across the roof. It was 23:34 when he was right there, and then he runs around, and then he's almost out of there. I mean, as soon as he drops down, all he has to do is go over to that wooded area right there, and then make his way. Apparently, he made his way through here because that's a house that had construction on it. And then he came down here. I don't know if he just kept climbing over different fences or what he was doing. Mm-hmm. I don't give any. What do you mean? We gave $2,000 to Turning Point USA a while ago. We give money to different charities out of the income. The income that the channel generates helps support my channel and all the stuff that I do and things that I have to buy, etc. And at the end of the month, because I try to generate, ad revenue and super chats and everything, I'm able to donate a ton of money. Like we gave $5,000 last month. I don't know why I have to explain this so many times to different people. They just don't seem to get it, But we're back into another massive lull, everybody. So if we can, if you guys have the ability to support the channel, that would be great. Hey, thanks, Jeffrey. When people get so upset because Gray is using logic and facts. Yeah, you should see the people in the comments. And I think a lot of them just quit watching because I'm not selling the conspiracy theory. I don't get inside information, the old green man. You sound really dumb. I mean, I'm just, here's the thing. When people show up and they make these little stupid comments and they think that I work for the FBI and stuff, I'm in a unique position to know how ludicrous you sound because I'm me and I know what the reality is. Okay? That's what the difference is. Yeah, and so isn't that weird when somebody says something and you're actually the person they're saying it about? You know what the truth is. So then you're in a unique position to know that they're lunatics. Where and why did he shoot? Who? Who are you talking about, David? Get some information. I don't get information from Turning Point USA. No, thanks. I'm not going to contact them and say, hey, you guys, I've donated $2,000. Why don't you send me some of your footage? I mean, that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's not what we're doing. No, nobody altered any shape of anybody. Oh, I see. You're saying that person said that. Right, yeah. I mean, I think I just have to keep showing it over and over and over again, right? I mean, it's just every single day until we make a dent. I mean, I don't even know where I put it anymore. Oh, is that it? No. Oh, there you go. Yeah, this one right here. This one. See, they think this isn't the same person because the angle's a little different and he's not, it's a little thinner looking. Okay? It's a different angle. Right? And it's also a wide angle lens that has distortions on it. This one right here, they say, oh, look how long his jaw is, but this one it isn't. That's because this is taken at a downward angle. It's not taken from the side like that one. This one right here, you see that. And now a lot of people make something about this ear. They make it seem like there's something there, and maybe there, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, what I can't say is we don't know what he did also to maybe mask who he is. He could be doing all kinds of different things. Like, well, here's one thing to look at. So you see the ear there, and then this ear here looks like it has something, like that rolls over at the top, and then you don't see it in the other images of him like 2 years ago. But how do we know what he looked like now? I mean, I don't know. What does this one look like? Now, look at that, you guys. I guess nobody ever thought to do that one. Look right there. Look at the deep shadow on that right ear. That looks like it has that same weird rollover thing. Not this one, though, because this is 2 years ago. But look right there. Whew. Wow. I guess you guys forgot to check out the Dairy Queen photo. Yeah. I mean, that's another thing too. I was gonna bring that up the other day. Is sometimes when I pull my hat down over my ears, it makes them stick out. Like that one, he does. I wouldn't say on this one, it doesn't look like it's that low. But what I'm saying is, what I'm pointing out is this is the same day. See that ear right there? How it has a little bit of something folded over kind of on it? And then you look at that, and then you look at this, and then you see that. See that? So, I mean, I think that's a big element right there that I haven't really, didn't even think of looking at that until just now. But I think that looks similar. Whatever's going on with his right ear in that picture is going on in this picture and this one. You see that? And then, does anybody dispute that this guy here is Tyler Robinson? All right, you guys, we're having one of those massive lulls again. Just lull. We're struggling away. We're currently at about 60% of a goal, the low end, where I can, if we get another like 20, I don't know, I guess it would have to be something like 22 more memberships, then I think I could donate 5 myself if we get to that number. But that's how far away we are. We're not even, I mean, you guys can see it, right? You're watching the chat. It's just, yeah, well, I don't know. He doesn't have an elf ear in this picture. You know, maybe he does, though. It's just kind of blurry. But this one right there, I see that little shape that is right here. You know? Maybe he did something to his ear a while ago. Yes, this one. You lose respect. It's extremely obvious that you and every propagandist remind people to never trust you. Right. So you can't trust me because I put out the facts, but you can believe all the different people who say the gunshot came from behind, the side, etc. But now your buddy Candace Owens is saying, well, it definitely came from the front. Now we can throw out all those other conspiracies. I'm debunking all those. See, Candace is trying to make it seem like she's the only person. She wants to take ownership of no matter where this goes, she'll be able to say, yeah, you see, guys, you know, and it's just garbage. Yes, the shot came from the front, and Tyler Robinson is the shooter. She doesn't want to say that. She thinks it's somebody else, but to make that work, well, he was there, but there was another gunshot at the exact same moment in time. Then they have people looking at their watches. Oh, my God, they're synchronizing something. Where's the metadata showing the videos are the same format? You said yourself all the videos you use were in different formats. See, that's what I'm saying. These people, they listen to words that I'm saying, and they try to think of, ooh, there's something here we can do. And it's just ludicrous. What I said was, and what I've said many times, you know, when we get a video, we have to screen grab something, and we don't know how those people uploaded it to their site, and a lot of times they format it to fit a page, so it might be shorter than it's supposed to be. And so what I did was I adjusted it to fix. You know, I mean, all I really wanted to do was to see if their heights are consistent with each other in here. That's it. So in this one, if you watch, look how perfectly this is overlaid. I think it's this one. Yeah. So watch every line, even right here. See this? These are 2 different videos. Watch. I mean, they're just right on the money. Absolutely. Took me like an hour just to line those suckers up because they weren't the same size, right? I mean, one I got from one site, another one from another one, and they adjust the size of a video to fit their format. And so these are just absolutely perfectly lined up. You can see, look at the blocks of cement on the driveway. I mean, they're just, they don't even move, even the slightest. All right, now what's weird is this line right here looks curved, but it's not. It's just straight down. But I think it looks curved because of that arc right there. See, I can just take it off. And see, what I did was, there's that 6 inches of space there, and there's none here. And that's what, his head would only be right there. Had, you know, you literally can just move him to here, and his head's the same distance shorter. What was the question again? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the format, like I said, I had to change it, so let me just tell you what these say. This one is scaled height 102, and the width is 100%. This one here is scaled 102.9 height and 94.8 width. So that was totally changed wherever the site was that had it. And then it said relatively slow walking. Well, yeah, look at, I mean, even on this, he catches up to himself at the end over here. But he's walking way slower. And then this one here, if you watch yesterday's video, see how I dropped it down? There's the line, and there. And so now his head is, if you take this red line, is the, I guess what I'd have to do, let me see. Is it this one? Yeah. Ah, God. I think what I need to do is move this shadow so it's right. No, that's exactly what I'm not doing. Yeah, so I took this one and I followed along the edge of the street, and then I put this one in there, but I lowered it down enough so that when he walks by over here, see, watch when we go like this, see his right foot is right on that line, just like the dark Tyler Robinson is. So that's how you can get where, now look at right here, see the red line at the top of the screen? See, now his right foot is right against that line, and look at his head's right at exactly the same spot that the dark Tyler Robinson was in that same position. See that? Right there. And he goes through there like that. You know, it's hard to be exactly precise, but really what I was doing was just seeing if it seemed reasonable. Ah, geez, I don't insult members, Angel. Okay. What happens is we get people that get gifted memberships. They come in here, they act like trolls, they say really shitty things, and then I say something back, and then you say what you just said. It's like you guys feed on yourself, okay? Hey, thanks so much, Carrie Summers. Very kind, very kind. I think the only way he's going to avoid the death penalty is he's going to have to... Yeah, I think so too. I think he's going to plead guilty, and then they'll present the information to the public. I actually hope that's what they do, to be honest with you. It'll take years for this thing to go to trial, and the conspiracies will just get worse and worse and worse. And I think what needs to be done in some way, they need to shut down Candace Owens quick, because what she's doing is very harmful and dangerous. Where are all these crazy trolls over here. It's weird. Oh, and welcome to Lisa Lee, The Real YouTube Shadow, etc. Anyways. And then people will still say the shot came from the grassy knoll. Right. This is going to be... Yeah, it's in a... Candace Owens and the like have put this case in a place that it's hard to ever get it back to normalcy, because she'd have to say out loud, you know what, I absolutely got this one wrong. She'll have to, say, turns out this is one of those cases where the official narrative seems to be the prevailing information. But boy, didn't we work hard to find the truth. No, you worked fine to pay off your house. I mean, she makes... I bet you, since Charlie Kirk has died, she's made $250,000 on ad revenue, minimum, on YouTube. And not to mention all the other places out there. I mean, you're talking 5 million views on some of her videos every single time. That's insane. That's like 5 million views is, I think, around 20 grand, maybe 30. You know, so like every day there's another one. And then live streaming 150,000. I don't know, man. Yeah, she'll just say something's just not right. Yeah. Well, she's going on vacation. Maybe that'll... during that time, maybe people will accidentally stumble upon some of my videos where we put out the real information. I know, yeah, exactly. I know those aren't really lives, right? I mean, they're recorded, and they're... I don't know if she just plays it on her screen as if it's live. I mean, a premiere would be the same. Maybe that's exactly what she's doing. But yeah, she gets hundreds. She gets $50 super chats, 200. I've seen them, $500 super chats, and people are paying. I think on those little streams she does, she makes like 5,000-6,000 just on those. I mean, it's crazy. It just goes on and on and on. That's why it's so... Well, she doesn't read the comments from the show in there. She reads ones that she pre-planned before the show. No, it isn't, Jamie. It's not. Yeah, it's not the same thing at all. It's she's just absolutely... So you think it's okay, the stuff that she's doing? She's making people like anti-Jewish again. Do you think that's okay to do? You know, it's just irresponsible from her, what she's doing. Yeah, I'm not saying, I mean, what I'm saying, I guess, I mean, yeah, I don't want somebody's free speech shut down, but I just wish you guys were, I mean, that people out there just realize what they're looking at. It just sucks, you know. But hey, guys, see if we can get, I don't know, 20 more channel memberships. That'd be good. If we get to there, I think then I can donate 5. Who has Parkinson's? You talking about Biden? She's married to a multi-millionaire, and yeah, why is the husband not saying something? You know, like, hey, Candace, you know, this is a little too much here. I can't imagine. I bet you when he does something that isn't what, I bet you she gets really angry. I can picture it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, how is Candace ever going to believe that she's not a man? I guess it would be like they'd have to get in a room and undress together, and look over and say, oh, wow, I guess you really are a woman. Wait, there's surgery now, though, so, I mean, she's just... Right. Yep, everyone... No, that's right. Let's... Yeah, that's true. I guess that's what I'm talking. I mean, I don't like when I'm not a big cancel culture type person. I'm just trying to, you know, isn't there a certain point where, I mean, this is where it gets kind of scary, right? You have somebody that has such a huge reach, putting out absolute garbage, riling people up. That's dangerous, okay? Because it's not true what she's saying. She's become exactly what people, you know, like the left people, you know, people on the left that put out the fake Russia collusion, all that shit. Now she's becoming one of those people. Yeah, you guys, we're still only at 53 on the super chats and 34 on new members, so we're really low. We're just struggling along. I'm, you know, here I am again having to mention it because we keep having these long periods where, you know, you can't make it when you have those periods of time. Yeah, they're all distracting themselves. They're all, you know, I mean, like I support Israel in general, right? But I mean, you know, some of the, you could say, like, I was for them getting rid of Hamas, right? But then it's like in their desire to keep taking out Hamas, a lot of other people having problems. The people there are struggling. But it's like, well, where is Egypt and where is Jordan and these other countries that also have land, by the way, that Palestinians once lived in? You know, so the word Palestinian isn't the name of a country that used to exist. It'd be like saying the Northwest. Oh, those are Northwesterner. Or you're a Southerner. Okay. That's what it was like. You're just saying these people that lived in an area called Palestine, like a large area, and Jordan, Egypt, and let's see, Lebanon, all those countries have land that, quote, Palestinians lived in at one point too. But none of those countries ever give land back to the Palestinians because they didn't want them there either because of the people that run those countries, the terrorists, you know, like Hamas, etc. Isn't that crazy? Why don't they do it? Why can't you just say, listen, let's turn, maybe they'll turn Gaza into some sort of a resort area that the Palestinians can go visit and stuff, but then why don't the Egyptians and the Jordanians give them a chunk of land and then everybody help build it up for them to have their own little country over here, and maybe have it somehow connect. I think if you, through Jordan, you should be able to connect, I don't know if my geography is working, but the West Bank, you know, maybe you can add a bigger chunk to the West Bank over there and then just turn it into a country. But it's weird, like the Negev desert that Israel once had was given back to Egypt, and you know, that was a huge plot of land. So why couldn't part of that be given to the Palestinians? And then, just like Israel did, they turned a desert into kind of a beautiful place. Thank you, Luciano Briginski. I don't know, but it sounds like a peace deal's been reached. We'll see what that all entails. And there's going to be a lot of rebuilding and basically starting over in the area. We just don't know what that means for everybody else. But it's not a, what Candace calls, like it's a genocide. I mean, it's just nuts, right? That's not what they were trying to get rid of Hamas, and Hamas wasn't leaving. And you got to bomb and take them out. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what if like the cartel or somebody came to the United States and did the same thing that happened on October, I think it was 7th, is that right? October 7th. I mean, that was a nightmare. I don't know if you guys I saw the videos of what they were doing to people on Telegram. They actually had these sites where they would show the videos were uploaded there, and it was absolute monstrous what was done to the Israeli citizens that were just doing nothing to them at all. And it's weird how everybody sort of forgot that. It was horrendous. But you guys, we're still struggling again. I don't know what am I supposed to say to you guys, but if you guys could please help support the channel, I would appreciate it. We are way short on super chats. 34 memberships is about half of what we've been doing, and you guys can see it watching the show up here. I think I'm still doing the shows pretty good, you know. Yeah, it was a massacre. They took like a hoe and just kept hitting this guy in the neck until he got his head cut off. I mean, these people chased down these girls running down the street. One of them was begging, and he just blew her brains out. I mean, these people are barbarians, okay? So I'm not sure how you stop without taking out every single one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was terrible. Let me see, what is this thing? Let's see. Do you know they have this new thing on here? So if you schedule your live to switch members to members only. I can do something where I can switch now to members only live streams. Like right during it. See right here, it's you know below where you hit the plus, well, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you had to start a poll, but there's a members only live stream. It's new. You can be right in the middle of your stream and it switches over to members only live stream. Hey, thanks Megsy and Mrs. W. It's kind of a cool thing. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Thanks, Mrs. W, Megsy. Yeah, so we need 18 more channel memberships. I can't. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the comments. Is she really running for president behind bars? Alright, so I answered that question. I does seem like the same guy. It does seem like the same guy. What about the Dairy Queen? That was closed before the day of the shooting. Right. So I'm going to make my video tomorrow. Is going to be on these same ones that we're going over. But as I've stated on my show, I called the corporate office. Okay, here's what I did. I tried calling that Dairy Queen. All right. When I called the Dairy Queen, it just kind of rang weird, like nobody ever answered. So then I called the corporate Dairy Queen office and I said, "Hey, is there a different number?" Or I asked, "Is the Dairy Queen?" And I gave a specific address. "Is that closed and torn down?" And she said, "No, it looks like it's still open." And she gave me the phone number. I go, "Well, that phone number doesn't work." And she goes, "Well, I can send a message to the owner to call you back." And I was like, "Really? Okay." I didn't have much faith in it. I just said, "Sure." I gave him the number. And I think the same day or maybe early morning the next day, the phone rings and it's the owner. And I said, "Hey, people are claiming that your Dairy Queen was shut down, and he said, no, it's not shut down. It's still open. The one in Provo is shut down, though. See how stupid these people are? I mean, they'll believe anything. That's what I'm saying. Not maybe that this guy isn't one. He's just asking the question. But the YouTubers who put that out there is what I'm talking about, right? Those are the ones, they just take something and they run with it. Hey, thanks, Lanky Tor. All right, so that means we still need 13 more of those suckers. See if we can do it. Right, so listen, everybody. The Dairy Queen was not torn down. It's still sitting right where it was. And it would have been so easy for anybody to do that lives there. You just drive over there, and there it is. It's still sitting there. Hey, thanks, Buck's daughter. I am so pleased to have found your channel, Gray. Thank you for sharing this content and being sane voice amongst the many conspiracists. Yeah, yeah. And by the way, you guys, the thing is, I don't like asking on the show for support from you guys. It's not fun. It doesn't feel good. All right? And I know it's like, oh, good, that Gray guy, here he goes. And people go, oh, it's cringy, it's cringy. I don't know how else to do it. You know? I don't know how to make people, I can't actually. It's just, maybe if you remind somebody, maybe later they go, oh, yeah. But just know that I don't like having to ask either. All right? And the thing is, I don't need to. I could just do the shows normally, and we would probably bring in a certain amount of money, and then we wouldn't be donating anything at the end of the month. I'm just trying to bring in as much as I can, and that's what we're trying to do. Yeah. So, anyways. No, it does bother me. We got some dipshit over there on Kick that I'm gonna have to kick out. Where is this? Hold on a second. Alright, where is this guy? I do feel shit. Where is this guy? I do feel shit. Where is this guy? I do feel shit. Where is this guy? And now it's going to echoing because of that. What the heck? I turned my head for a second, you guys. I just turned around. We got China Rawson and Short Bus Candid 8 and Shannon. Wow, you guys. Thank you. That's very kind of you guys there. And in a minute here, I'm going to try to do... I don't know if you saw what I was working on here. I built the stage. I got it exactly right. 32 inches. This is 18 inches high, the chair. And this will represent Charlie Kirk. Okay? Doesn't look like him or anything. It's just a skeleton. But we can try to come up with... and I can actually bend this character around. I have a program called Poser, which I exported it from. I bet we agree on some things, Lanky Tor. You just don't ever admit it. Like, you're probably not okay letting felons out 20, like, they commit 20 felons and they're still out on the streets. Felonies, they're just walking around. You probably don't agree with that, right? I think there's a lot of stuff we probably agree with. Yeah. You just don't admit it. Nope, what? You think it's okay to have somebody commits 20 felonies and they're still walking around? Are you agreeing with me there? Yeah. Ding 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 ding. All right, there we go. All right, let's try to do this right here. Anyways, thanks everybody. And thanks Alan Olson. Candace says a fragment of the bullet was recovered. Yeah, well, it wasn't just a fragment. I mean, you know, if the bullet didn't leave his body, that means the entire bullet was found inside of him. That means parts were... here's what I think. I think the bullet came in for whatever reason. Maybe it was a soft point. It fragmented after entering, and that's what took out some of the higher vertebrae. Here's the thing. We're believing some random guy that claims to have knowledge of, like, what the autopsy said on it. You know, I don't know. He's not random, but, you know, he said he had connections and so forth. And everybody's using that as a base as if it's 100% true. You guys notice that? And thanks, Lisa Belson. You were right. We did. We made it to the at least a reasonable goal. All right, let's see. So what happens if I turn? Can I just turn? Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right, right there. And then I'm just going to, his legs will be inside of the box for a little bit, but I'm just going to move him up like this. And then he was kind of, and then, let's see. I'm going to go down here, grab the left thigh. See, it's like that, but he was up kind of high because I have this character at 6'5", 6'4.8", so it's like right there. And let's see this. Yeah, that's exactly right, because his leg, this left leg of his was bent up. He's like that. Come on, what other channel do you get something like this? Come on, you guys. Here, let's see. Charlie Kirk. So I think he was kind of just like this, right? I mean, that was just before. I think he was sort of, he was at that angle. For sure, right? Just like that. I mean, I think that's just second. I think he just puts the mic down. Does that look right? That one right there? That's about how he was. See how his left leg's up higher, kind of? I don't know if it's on something, but... Yeah, we got great mods in here. I wish I could make everybody mods. Knowing which is accept to answer it. What do you mean? How'd I do what? I'm flat out answering my phone knowing which is the accept to answer it. I don't know what that means. What's crucial? Not me, what? Nobody knows it. What are you guys talking about in there? Man, I'm so... Like, I have no idea what you guys are saying. I don't know what it means. But anyways, thank you guys so much for donating all those memberships. Man, that was so weird. I just turned my head for a minute, and then there was 30 channel memberships. Seems like I'm missing comments in here. I mean, I don't know if you guys are deleting some. Maybe they're trolls. Don't know. Alright. Anyways, I think that's kind of how he was sitting, right? Not much different than that. He was leaning back. He wasn't leaning forward on the shot. Kind of like that, you know. So I think that's it. So I think this part is back a little bit. His abdomen. That's not going to work. Now let me finish off with the right shin. So maybe I'll just have it back, kind of like. Anyways, you guys think he's kind of like that a little bit? Jeez. That looks about right, right? See that? That's what he was on a stage. I have everything. This is 32 inches tall. The chair is 18 inches where the seat is. That kind of makes sense, the way he was. And, you know, I think that's how high it is. Look like that. Can I measure that? Yeah, look at that. And that is the entire height together is 7.5 feet off the ground. And that might be close, actually. I think that's really about what it was right there. How's everybody doing in there? What are you? I'm not going to do anything to the skeleton. I was just going to I'm just going to try to sort of recreate the, you know, given that that would be the ground there, you know, so we go back over here and he would be right in that position. And this is down here is, yeah, everything down here is the same level. So this is, so that would be 0, which is 1596. I mean, 4596. And this is 4568, so 72 feet high. All right, and so I'm not trying to recreate the look yet of this, but we now know that the building is 72 feet high from the ground, so we can just build a, doesn't have to look pretty or anything, just like that. And then the bottom of that, we'll just make it really, yeah. Man, what the hell's going on? Come on. Get rid of that one, whatever the hell that is. And this one, I'm just going to make the height of this something like 0.5 inches. There. Just some really low thing. But then I'm going to put it 72 feet off the ground. 72 feet. Oh, that didn't do it for some reason. Right there. Oh, I think I went the wrong direction. So that should have been Y. Okay. That's the one that's 72 feet. Alright, so that's the height the shot came in from, you guys. I mean, it's already kind of cool, but you can see way down there, right? So that's the shot that's the floor of where the shot came from. I'll make that bigger. $50 feet by right there. Hey, Frank Meister, man, you aren't really selling the another shooter theory, are you? Come on, man. Somebody put that comment underneath a video of mine. I was like, come on, that's what the Delphi nut jobs say, man. You can't be one of those people. You can't be one of those, man. We can't have it. All right, let's see. Go over here. Yeah, good to see you, Frank Meister. Okay, affect the pivot point. I'm going to move this right to the edge so we can just use that for the distance. All right, there we go. Oh, that was wrong. It's over here. Yeah, shoot. Let's see. Man, this is just... Alright. And then make that go to 0. 0, 0. No, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, there we go. Got him in the right, at the 0 point there. All right, tell you what, we need 3 more channel memberships to get us up to 80. Who's going to do that? We can do it. All right, so that 0, and then I think we came up with, it was 130. Hey, that's 2 more than that, Lisa. Come on. Anyways, thank you, Lisa. I know you can't do 3, you know, but thank you. All right, let's see, from right here, I'm going to flatten this image again. And then we're going to go right to the edge from, just like, right there. And then right to the edge right here. And that is 139 yards. All right. So the way I have it set up is I can move it. This top, this right now, let's see, what are we at? 139 yards is times 3, right? I know how to do that. So it's really 140, 420 minus 3, 417. So 417 feet. All right. Let's just type that in. 417 feet. It's going to go way over there. Ah, man. 417 feet. There we go. See, look at that's how far away that is. You know, way over here. So, I mean, look, this is going to be pretty crazy. Here, what I'll do is I'll set up a camera right on the edge of this. Create camera, free camera. And so that's 90. And then what, 180? Yeah. This will be pretty good, you guys. Look at that. That's crazy. That's almost exactly... You see them right over there, right? However, there's also another angle off the other direction, right? I'm going to put that... let me save this before I get too... Loci. I'm not sure how to spell that. Forgot. So I don't, we've never really figured out the angle, like how many feet it's off to the right over here, because it definitely comes in at an angle over here. I wonder how we can figure that out. See, it's almost like this thing here is almost right in the middle. Let's see. I wonder how to figure out that angle just by looking at the picture, because it's definitely, we know it's 9 degrees down, and there's the full shot from here to there, but what is it from left to right there? There's no, they don't have a measure. Well, I guess they do have something like that. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we go like from right in the middle of here, and then I'm going to see, it does kind of line up right with that line there, interestingly. You see that? It went straight down that line that's right there. Maybe it's a little bit more to the left, like that. See, it's coming in a little bit. Maybe right there. And then I guess what you do is you go from that doesn't look very good. Let me turn off this overlay. Are you guys bored? I'm not talking much, I'm just trying to... Yeah, I'm just trying, and then once I get that in there, I should be able to measure it from here to there and get like an estimate. and that is like 71 feet to the right. Alright, so that's 71 to the right. That's probably what that just was. That other direction. So negative 71 feet. No, it's the wrong direction. Just 71 feet. Alright, just like that. No, wait, that's I had it right the first time. I thought I was looking at it from the other direction. Okay, hold on. Yeah, negative 71. Alright, so that's the angle right there, looking through the camera. So look at that. Isn't that wild? I mean, you can, that's exactly the same shot that this one is. Look at that. See? Kind of at a little angle. That one's just zoomed in a little bit down there. Look at that. That's the shot right there. From that exact angle. I mean, when I say exact, I mean as good as we can do. So there he is on the top of the... He's just sitting there on the platform. And the shot comes from all the way over there. So let's try to do... it's so big, the distance over here. Do a cylinder. Let's see, this will be 141, 423 feet. No, it's not. Tyler's on the roof, you know. The guy right, that's Charlie, this skeleton. I was trying to figure out how to make it, like, see how if we can get it to show where it went in. But hey guys, if you're watching, if you have the ability to help support the channel, that'd be great. Got to make up a little bit from yesterday. If not, that's cool too. Let's see, rotate object exact percentage exact yeah, let's see, exact degree angle degree 3D Studio Max. To rotate an object to the exact degree in 3D Studio Max, right click on to select the rotate tool to open the transform type in dialog box and enter the desired rotation angle. So right up here, right click. Oh, is that degrees? For constant increment rotation, right click the angle snap toggle tool. I don't know. I guess 9. Or let's see, 80, 81. Yeah, look at this. This might actually almost just work right out of the gate. Look at that. That's just crazy. Goes right up to exactly what we were saying. Let me make it go the right height though. So right there. See, then it came in from an angle too. Man, okay. Oh, nice. Perfect. So you got it right there. So now we got to do the math and figure out what the angle. So if it's, what did I say it was? 79. Does anybody remember what that number was? Guess I can look at it. 71 feet. Maybe I should we try the thing where I switch it over to members only just as an experiment? If it doesn't work, thanks everybody for supporting the channel and everything. You want to try it though? Just to see? I just want to see if it'll work. I mean, I've never tried it before. I think it'd be cool. So let's see it. Members only live stream. It says level, all levels. Starts in 5 minutes. And then what happens though? Does it members only live stream? Must be fully original content. Don't offer videos that have... Okay. I know, let's see. Okay, if it doesn't work, everybody, thank you and everything. I might have to like stop this stream here and like I can join on using a different program. You know, the one that I used to always use. I mean, I still use both of them. Let's just see if it works though. With a line that is 400 and 17 feet. That also is that at the, God, how do you even say that? 417 feet that deviates 71 feet, what angle is the deviation? Is that going to make sense? 9.8 degrees. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so 9.8 degrees. So that's actually another similarity is the... All right, so we got that. Huh. Oh, that's right, because the center is 71 feet here. That's where the problem is. So the center is 71, then... Oh, no. That's more, I think it's more than that. If you disappear, where are you going, Bruce? Oh, I thought you were a channel member in here. You should do one. They're only $1.99 a month. So what happens in 2 minutes, man? Do I automatically keep streaming on that one, and then it kind of creates a... I don't know. It must turn that into something else. I guess we'll see, man. I feel like we're on Seinfeld. Remember that one where they put gas in the car and they just wanted to drive until it ran out of gas just to see what it was like? And have you made yourself available, Bruce? I mean, we've been... a lot of the freaks have been donating a lot of memberships. Hey, Jason. You're crazy, man. There's no video of a missile either. Alright, let's see. I think it's more than that angle. $71 divided by 417. I don't know. Because 9.8 isn't lining up over there. All right, so what's happening? Thanks everybody else who was out there watching. Let's see what happens when it gets to